Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to, what is this called? Darksiders 3? Yeah. I guess technically, in video games, they say statistically the side quest is to the right, and the main quest is to the left. So let's go to the right and see where this leads us first. In a lot of ways, I think we're doing a side quest to a side quest. And we may be hitting a area that is a little bit focused around taking like acidic damage, and if that is the case, I might be in trouble. I don't know if there really is going to be a like, if they were going to throw a guy at you that could do acidic damage. That would be pretty big twist. Because I haven't really seen anything that indicates we would get a way to get away from this. Or get away from taking acid damage. Here we've got a stronger guy. I'm a little confused because storyline wise we were told we were going towards an angel sanctuary or an angel base because we found that our horse had angel swords in it, which would send fury in that direction. See, we can see there's a switch there, so this is probably an exit. And this is probably a whole cave. So do we want to go down and towards the seven deadly sin, or do we want the side quest of potentially going towards the angels and taking out a bunch of angels? I think we want the side quest of taking out a bunch of angels. So let's see what is this way, if there is anything this way. Okay, so either these doors will be opened later, or something like that. Interesting. Interesting that you would just have a bunch of skeletons respawn in this area when I'd already cleaned it out. So yeah, I don't know really how to get to the angels. So I guess we have to go this way, and if this is leading us towards the seven deadly sin, then I guess that's one of the seven deadly sins we should try and take out. Although oddly, the game kind of does seem like it really wanted us to go after Pride. So, but we, in the cutscene of going after Pride, see Fury swing her weapon after her, and not even.
We horsemen are defined by a great many things. Our mission, our gifts, and our solitude. For so long, I cannot even remember. Rampage was my only companion.
Mistress,
Forget it. The horseman is not defined by the horse.
So, yeah, this is going towards probably getting a different horse or resurrecting our horse. Or at least avenging our horse. And down there definitely looks like acid. And this kind of looked like an area we had already visited, but maybe not. I feel like the horse is going to give us an ability to probably jump large gaps, and maybe not much more than that. Let's see, if I jump down there, what I think I would assume is that I'm supposed to, in this mode, hover this way and this way and this way, and then when we come back we're going to come this direction, and if there's any collectibles we'll assume we get them then. And then I'm assuming it is pretty much just certain death if you fall. If not certain death, where you would just despawn and load back on the last place that you had your feet stably planted, then I would assume that there's maybe some monsters down there that you have to fight. This could be really short though. It kind of almost feels like it should be a DLC thing. But yeah, I don't know if this really is a DLC thing or if this is just a short little extra area. I guess when we see those kinds of glowing areas, that probably is an indicator of a place where the game wants you to switch back to your fire mode. I am confused to say the least as far as where I'm supposed to be going. Like, I kind of know that there's an extra ability to get up that wall that I don't have right now. So yeah. Really doesn't look like there's anything there. And it doesn't even really look like there's any collectibles over in that area. So you have to go through here. And the light's not really pointing you in that direction, although I guess maybe the deadly sin is pointing you in this direction. How many deadly sins have we fought? Well, it depends on if we actually killed Wrath or not, which I don't think we did. So we've defeated 3 and we've seen 5.
look up ahead, mistress. What is that?
Probably something new to kill.
Interesting. That is something. Notice how they specifically have cut out in the rock just so it looks like something.
Man's... Oh, they're adorable.
In what realm is this considered adorable?
Perhaps that's an overstatement, but it is innocent.
Nothing in this world is innocent.
Fury, still kind of a jerk, like the other 2 horsemen that we've seen in the game. So I think this is probably a thing you jump up on. Well, now what? I was leaning towards the idea that I was going to jump up on this and it was going to lead towards a way it was going to just walk over here. Alright, well, B, to climb up on it, I guess. So, it's a rope-like device. Well, standing here almost felt like it was doing something to it. Okay. So you have to be cruel to it, basically, and hit it to get it to go where you want. But yeah, the game definitely didn't tell me that. They're giving these characters, the Watcher in particular, who is supposed to be really your hint giver, she's not really giving you any hints or suggestions. In fact, the game is popping up hints on the screen when obviously any hint that pops up on the screen should be said by the Watcher.
At least your adorable monster served a purpose.
Harsh, even for you, mistress.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be like a mama version of that monster later on, or if it decides to attack me itself later on, or if we just start to see more of those kinds of monsters as a just thing that you can interact with now. Got another collectible hidden behind this wall, which means we need to find, I guess that would be my guess. Although I think that's that's not what I was thinking that was. Although it did seem visually different enough that I recognize that. I guess when you get into this type of more natural area, it is only slightly more obvious. Let's see, and I still don't have a way of grabbing that. That there would be less destructible items. So a more natural cave system like this just is going to potentially always be more deadly. Alright. I think I have to just go forward. It is very possible that this game is designed in such a way that you have, even if you played it in a different order, and that there wouldn't be a best order to play it in, and that you are going to just have to run through the entire game, or at least most of the entire game, to get the abilities unlocked, and then run through the entire game a second time to get all the collectibles if you want to get all the collectibles. That'd be fairly in line with the first Darksiders game. Right, the Bone Lands is a new named area, so that I guess indicates that it's important. Is there at this point any value in not just cracking all of these and spending them all?
Good eating. Take your time.
I don't think we need any of those. It's now kind of not super crazy to buy this for 5,000, so we'll get it.
An excellent choice.
Now we have no special items,
As you wish.
and we'll just
This will be fun
feed
for
souls.
both of us.
Up to level 25, that's probably going to give me an achievement. There we go.
As you wish. Farewell for now.
Right, so right now we get 375 health from respite, so let's upgrade this a little bit so we are at a maximum. Right, I think we get that to level 15, and that got me an achievement, and then we'll get that to level 9. Yeah, and at some point I guess we should probably think about increasing our arcane damage some more too. So you're walking in water in this area.
This trek would be much easier on horseback. Oh, too soon.
Again, you're here to watch, not to speak.
Oh, I'm here for much more than that.
Is dying on your agenda?
A threat.
I haven't decided yet.
See, and that's weird that the Watcher sometimes is most of the times is very friendly, and then just occasionally isn't very friendly. This might be a lot like the museum though, where it's kind of deadly. This is a angel creature that we fought an angel creature like this in the first game. But it looked as much demonic as it did angelic. Yeah, I think the Watcher as a character needs to be better defined as friendly always, I would suggest in this case, since he was somewhat of the Watcher in the first game was somewhat of an antagonist, so it would make some sense to go in an opposite direction instead of just having all the Watchers be kind of jerks. They all come off as like backstabbers, so it's not like super surprising when the Charred Council and the Watcher backstabs you in the first game. If anything, we should see the exact opposite. We should see this Watcher be super nice, super helpful, and turn out to actually side with Fury and help her. against the Charred Council. Maybe we will eventually get to that point, but I guess that's we would have to have more character development than I am certain that I think we might have. It does kind of feel like it does kind of feel like this this game very possibly could have had 2 or 3 times as much story in it, and they just kind of gave up at a certain point, or they ran out of budget at a certain point. Might be the better way to describe that. I want to check to see if we can climb up here. No, that's not a ladder. Which arguably they should not have 2 pipes next to each other if that's the case.
Another one of your adorables.
I've never let him let them down.
On the contrary, it may prove useful.
I think we're going upward then downward. Ooh. Almost died there. Those might constantly respawn. Boy, yeah, a lot of visual pop-in happening again. More and more I am just trying to speed up the process of getting all the collectibles in an area. Move around as fast as possible. So at a certain level, this is almost like a pinball, and it just bounces around. One of the problems here, though, I would say, is if this is a case where what's happening right now is happening after the effects of the events of the first game, then I really have to wonder why all the angels seem so completely deformed and broken. Yeah, this light is really telling me to go up here. But then the radar is also saying go that way, so... But then there are so many dead demons also around. None of it makes sense. I feel like at this point the game should tell us. Should just give up the surprise. Alright, so I couldn't have done anything else around here. That's fine. It's not really fine because more and more it does feel like I'm going the wrong direction. And I do feel like I'm getting closer and closer to mastering the movement tech in this game. Just break things to... I don't know if we're really getting enough souls for it to be worth breaking things, but I guess every little bit counts. Crawling through air conditioner vents really does not suit Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Okay. And these flickering lights feel like they could potentially cause a seizure on people. More and more, as games seem to not be at their 100% perfect level of polish. Interesting. It makes a sound of breaking glass, but it doesn't seem like it actually does break glass. I often end up wanting a game to have a deluxe edition or a remaster happen. Ideally, it would be better if the games were just pretty well polished to start with, but yeah, this is definitely a game that I know I put off for at least 6 months because I knew it was a little frame ratey. And alright, here we see some actual angels fighting some actual demons, and that was basically like the cutscene in the first game where we first see angels fighting each other.
I smell pigeon. What angels remain call this their nest.
For now, it will be their tomb if I don't learn the truth about Rampage.
So yeah, they call angels pigeons. Although I may have just let the angel be struck down or killed. So all these characters with their wings ripped off are either fallen angels or demons of some other sort. Like, it may very well be a case that... Interesting. Okay, we can see up there. It may be a case that some of the angels went one way and some of the angels went another way, and there's been a division as to maybe some of the angels fell because of that, and that's why they look demonic. Alright. So, I guess I'll stick a toe in here and see what this does. Alright, that kills me instantaneously, which I guess that's good to know, but that is not an instant fall and you respawn death. That's a you just die death. This time we'll take on the demons ourselves. Of course, the problem here is even if you were gonna try and save the angels, your whip attack is just so wild that you're going to send it in a circle and kill everybody. So yeah, that did not work. Yeah, I don't suspect that there is a way across this without having the climbing ability there. If I could convince this creature to be controlled and saddled, I could use it as a path to cross that, but that's not happening. I almost forgot about my souls, which they conveniently put on the edge of the water. Can I grab an edge here in the water? Or is the water going to cause me trouble? I can't really dive down in this section either, so I assume this is supposed to just be surface level. Okay. They even have a car here to kind of stop him from going in that direction. And these guys touching water don't seem to do anything. Wonder if they touched toxic swamp, would that do something to them? Just get that right at the edge. Okay, and hopefully that just stays there forever. Otherwise, I guess we just have to move it back. We've got a giant griffin creature, which I don't think we've seen something like this before in any of the games. I guess in a lot of ways, so if you're playing the third game in the Darksiders series, you are going through kind of this nostalgic experience. It's just been so incredibly long. I can't imagine that this is not... This probably isn't too much different from people who would have played Halo 3 after playing Halo 1 and Halo 2. Although, in that comparison, maybe the Halo series of games came out more frequently. I don't know if there is a direct comparison for just how long the wait has been for Darksiders 3, and it really only highlights how long the wait is going to be for Darksiders 4. I don't know why these demons are tied up in the trees like that, but I guess it's probably just a hide. You're seeing a lot of police and a lot of ambulances. Trying to figure out which way is the right way to go. Seems like the angels and demons might even be working together. So shortcut there. Something here. Just a lot of something everywhere. I guess I should come down here and check. So there's a human over there. Down here, there's a dive for one collectible. I guess that does prove though that the only collectibles in this game are unique spots where you get shards, and any collectible you potentially pick up has a very high chance of not being that important. Once again, this doesn't really feel
Out of the way, evil scum! You will see me! Unleash your wrath! Upside
inevitably she's going to find out that the angels had nothing to do with killing her horse, and that it was just somebody who had stole some angel weapons. Can't climb up there. We may just hit a wall. This is where we came in, right? There's another gate and another place we can't access. We are gonna just get twisted around, I think, a lot. We got some spooky sound effects playing. Almost like we're about to get attacked, or some other surprise is about to hit us. Yeah, inevitably, all I can do is hit that to go over that way, when obviously there's more to it than that. Even the creatures that help you have fairly creepy sound effects playing that they make. We're running into a problem now where I'm getting a little bored killing all these people, and so that's really the only gameplay mechanic this game has. Oh, at some point I upgraded to have 4 respites instead of 3. That's helpful. Go ahead and use one. It's getting a little monotonous though. Definitely. Yeah, we could use some puzzle rooms. We could use a little bit of a break. And while I might be able to, say, go to a different area from one of the Volgrim positions, there isn't really another area to go to. I just got another rejuvenation core. So we kind of went full circle here, and yet now there's an angel flying around. I don't know if there's anything else I can do. we came up here. There is something over there if we could reach that. Can we reach that? Yes, if we swing. So let's not go that way first. Let's go check this direction. I don't know why they would make bigger objects that don't get broken when the smaller objects that do get broken were kind of working nicely. Right. I definitely have a wonder here as to whether or not I can do all these areas or not. Because we are definitely seeing things we can't do. Probably go back to Haven and upgrade my weapons. And I guess that would be something that would fix Haven as an idea, is if Haven had some like puzzle challenges. I mean, it really can't just be like the Crucible though. It needs to be something that's more about platforming or something like that. Come on. Alright, so the real tough shot is going to be getting this here. Because that means I have to jump up here, and then I have to jump up here. And I kind of need to back jump into it, because that's where I need to be. Alright. Where are you, bug? B prompt is fairly close. Got it. I can't imagine that there's anywhere else I needed to go. And see, this is puzzling, and it's still not really working quite the way I'd like it to work. Because even in the puzzling, you're still attacking something, and this doesn't bounce around quite like a pinball. Okay. So, this angel up here, let's see if we can aggro it. And noticeably doesn't seem to care. Or seems to be happy being safe. Okay. I suppose the way this should go is we should, where we are, hope that we can just jump. That didn't work. No, there we go. We'll try this instead. And that worked. Hello. On the other hand, I could have tried to balance it and just hoped that it was in the middle of the air. But if it was in the middle of the air even, that really wouldn't have helped me, so I have to really assume that that was the move. Of course, if I am supposed to bounce it now this way,
Hardly
that's
the
going to be a
heavenly
problem.
outpost I was expecting.
When we go in,
We're going in?
keep your mouth shut for a change.
Yeah. It now definitely seems like the game is literally just having Fury tell the character to shut up and not talk because there's some kind of secret around that. Some kind of secret surprise that's supposed to happen here. It'd be interesting if we find out that the angels are protecting humans. Get a little coin sound. Yeah, I half expect this to be a like cutscene, not a point where we're fighting a bunch of angels. There is this disconnect, certainly, when we look at a character like this, when they're laying face down. Is that supposed to be a human, or is that an angel just doesn't have its wings on anymore, or just didn't ever have wings in the first place? Left or right? That's the question. Let's go right. Yep. I think the statistics are proving to be correct, and that you should always go right first and then go left. Video game wise, it's almost a time out on a tradition where in developing a game you should probably develop it that way. This is a decent amount of angels.
Mistress, they don't look happy to see us.
They shouldn't be.
Boss
Lords of
fight.
heaven, you know who I am, what I am. If you would see the sun set this day, you will
Feel the burn of heaven's blade!
good. I hate talking.
Oddly not cut off there.
Is your foe afraid of me? He must destroy you all before he confronts me.
Like they really should have done a much better job of cutting her off if they were going to cut her off while she was talking. And that's something that kind of needs to happen by having two people in the sound booth at the same time, or at least having a sound stand-in voice actor cut off the other person. We have Heaven's Champion really being the actual boss here, or Angelic Champion being the boss.
Your rage is misplaced, Horseman.
I sincerely doubt it, bird.
Lucille, here to finish the job your brother War began?
I have no idea what war did or did not do, nor do I care.
So, you're here to steal the souls of my fellow angels, then? You think I don't recognize a weapon of the Lord of the Hollows?
I serve none but the council. I hunt the 7 deadly sins, at least those who remain. But another task consumes me. Betrayal by your glorious kingdom.
Again, we're getting story.
Yes.
Pre-rendered
Look upon
cutscene.
my works, ye mighty, and laugh. We can hardly defend ourselves, let alone spare the energy to betray a great horse.
My steed, Rampage, was slaughtered by angelic weaponry before I could summon him to Earth. I will know why, and I will have blood.
Take me at my word. I have no love for the horsemen. Thanks to you, the apocalypse is at hand, and we... I have no knowledge of any conspiracy against you, or your mission on Earth.
Of his kind, Lucille is honorable.
I don't think we've seen Usil
As you
before.
can see, I've problems of my own. Perhaps we can strike a deal, horseman. Lately, I have seen my own forces ravaged, losing more and more.
I don't think I've
every
seen
day.
any dark-skinned
To
angels
my
either
horror,
so
I've
far in
learned
the
that my
game. That's
brethren are
fine.
being murdered by our nightmares made real. Abominations, undead angels. Demons
Oh,
also
I guess
its
that explains the...
taking them into the realm of the undead as well.
And who, in your estimation, is responsible?
The only force in the universe capable of such a heretical act is lust.
Lust? You're insane. I've crossed paths with lust before. They have no such power.
And what makes you think that the world as you've known it is the world we're now in? An unnamed demon is rumored to have bestowed upon lust the very power to take on the forces of heaven and hell. A spoiler in the apocalypse. Lust transforms
Again, the
angels
cutscene has now
back
jumped
the
into an
undead.
in-engine cutscene, I think.
Mindless things, bent only on violence and destruction.
And so if I eliminate lust, thus solving your dilemma, you will in turn provide something for me. Is that the deal you propose?
Indeed,
Still very weird that
if it be in my
these
power.
characters don't have black
And
pupils
to prove we
or
mean no ill
pupils at
will
all.
towards you, horsemen. May this crossblade serve you well in your crusade against lust. Unchecked, her growing strength will doom us all.
Find out who tried to kill me. In exchange, I will force lust to reveal the source of their power before I destroy them.
We have a pact.
If I discover you have in any way lied to me, you will wish it was one of my brothers tearing out your heart.
Noticeably there, Fury always referred to lust as they and them, and the angel always referred to lust as her or she. So I wonder if there's multiple people that split apart in as lust, or if lust is just some kind of asexual transgender type character, which might be the case, but I suspect not really likely to be the case. Again, it feels like if they were going to have lust or pride in the story, they really should have introduced them as a character that was going to be a potential bad guy from the beginning of the game. Instead of really having faceless characters that we've been fighting with this deadly sins. We don't even know what they look like before we run into them. Okay, so we now have salvation with the targeting mode. Now you can press left trigger to tag up to 4 targets. Press and release the right trigger to throw it with a hollow equipped, while holding right trigger to imbue it with the hollow power. So finally we have kind of a remote gun-like item that is, I guess, closer to the boomerang.
May your vengeance
Item.
on lust be swift and deadly.
No good will come of this.
So, I imagine
We are the forgotten angels.
this is just kind of a new base
Forgotten.
like Ares. And I assume, yeah, the whip is just going to go through them now. We can just destroy their library. And I almost wonder if there's an achievement for doing that. Nope, doesn't seem like it. This paints a slightly different picture, although they don't seem to give you any like upgrade or
We
anything.
need no help from our people.
Yeah, this is oddly too similar to Haven in that you are really not doing anything with these people and these NPCs. It almost comes off as just like a pathetic attempt to show that you can make NPCs in your game, or again to potentially satisfy a requirement that you in a contract with a publisher to say the game must have a certain number of NPCs, and then to create a world where create the game where there are that many NPCs but they aren't doing or saying anything.
Preparing to stab us in the back.
Go ahead and hit all of these. And just look around.
You best hold up here.
So we get more story that definitely highlights a indication that the apocalypse has changed quite a bit of the situation, and now these angels are in no way as strong as Fury would have thought they would have been.
Perhaps your threat will keep him in line.
Doubt it. Will you trust him?
I'm not the one that has to. Also, trust isn't part of a Watcher's vocabulary. Present company included, of course.
Ugh, insufferable ghost.
Alright, so there's definitely a lot of areas we saw before around that circular kind of toxic area, toxic pond, that we're just gonna have to get back to later. And instead now we are being shoveled back underground with horrible flickering lights. And I guess we were always working towards lust, whether we knew it or not, it seems. Alright, we have 8,000 points. Salvation. Let's see. Wrath reward from lurches. Chance weapon spawns wrath when it kills an enemy. Might as well equip that. It makes more sense to have a weapon equipped there than it does there, and if anything, maybe it starts to make sense to replace some things. I don't know how many more weapons we're even going to really get, though. I mean, I should know. It actually should be fairly obvious, but I'm not sure I fully believe it. Because, yeah. If there are the Chains of Scorn, Lance of Scorn, and then the Talons of Scorn and Polearm of Scorn, everything is Scorn, then I guess we still are at a point where the upgrade to this weapon is going to be here and here, and 2 more upgrades to this weapon are going to be here and here. I guess that's how that works.
Daddy! Oh, hello, Fury. You're looking radiant and flushed with blood rage.
I have no time for you, demon.
No, you're a very busy horse.
I suppose maybe we got another level on the Crucible. And certainly now that we have another weapon.
I was wondering if in your bard-worthy travels you happened across an artifact. Nothing special.
Yeah, it would be way easier to do the
artifact?
Crucible
What does it
now
look like?
than before.
Well, it's a trinket, really. A novelty crafted by the birds. Sort of a cross with pointy edges and... I may have lied. It's not a trinket. But please cut me a break. The demon has to eat.
I found it. It's mine.
I'll pay you 1,000,000 souls for it.
Souls are your currency. Sharp objects are mine. No deal. However, you might be of service to me. Have you seen the undead angels and demons?
Wow.
The unlife. Sadly, yes. Those who were once beyond mortality deserve
I suppose
better.
getting
Now, I
1,000,000
have no
souls
lost love for the birds,
would have
but
been a good deal.
that's just wrong.
We're done then. If you hear anything, do let me know.
Does nothing shake you? Do you not feel any empathy, watching those who once loomed so large robbed of the very force they sought to control? Life.
Perhaps after I find out why they're trying to kill me, I'll make time to feel sorry for them.
My, she's cold. Intoxicating. What a hot-headed demon that is.
See, and that's just like a way better written conversation than you have been having with the Watcher, so why not merge the Watcher character directly into the Shopkeeper character and have the Shopkeeper character, say, talk to you psychically through an object instead, and just get rid of the Watcher as a character. I mean, she's definitely not fulfilling the goal
Your
of
time.
the Watcher in the first game. She's not giving you any hints. Yeah, and I
As
guess
you
at this
wish.
point there's just nothing
This
to...
will be fun for both of us.
Can we make it to level 30? Yes.
As
There we
you
go.
wish. Please take your time.
Let's see. Let's go to the Maker's Forge and check that out. And get some upgrades. So, get up to 10 on that one, and then we'll just keep on powering up on that one. You'd think if there was any reward or anything, there would be more progress on this, or this character would have something to say something, or maybe most logically this guy would say something. I don't know what he's even carving.
More noise around here of late. Thanks to you, you've given humanity a chance, and in kind, I have a gift for you.
There we go. We
This
did get an
trinket
upgrade.
will enhance your raw power, making you an even more formidable threat.
So we now have Ryder's Mercy. Forged by Orthane, this medallion harnesses the faith and appreciation of the rescued humans, converting it into raw energy, and greatly enhances Fury's skills. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a better upgrade.
Let's see what I can do for you.
Even for that. Alright. What I want to do before I upgrade anything is probably upgrade the Leviathan, which gives you more lurchers from your weapon. And I can do that once.
Some of my best work.
And I am short 12 angelic artifacts now. So had I not potentially dropped the angelic artifacts into this one, I probably would have been fine. Well, it says I have 8 angelic artifacts right now. Let me... Yeah. So I need 4. And that's not as crazy as it seems, really. It's not really completely undoable. I could upgrade this and then I would need 12 demonic artifacts. Physical damage reduction is not a terrible thought.
Some of my best work.
And then it would... I probably should pick something here, but I don't think I can. Wrath reward from Wrath Lurchers. Chosen weapon spawns Wrath when killing an enemy. A chance a weapon spawns Wrath.
Some of my best work.
Yeah. Inherently, it does seem like we probably won't find angelic rage +1s in the game. We will always just find unfocused ranges, and we may never even find another unfocused range. There may literally only be one Juggernaut on one
Aiming to
Chaos.
lay down a mighty herd, are we?
Right. Our Barbs of Scorn, I think, still best
Possible, but now
to be
they're
upgraded.
even deadlier.
Salvation we could upgrade a couple times. Or Polearm of Scorn. I think Salvation is probably
But now
better
you're even deadlier.
to upgrade.
Possible, but now you're even deadlier.
So I need slivers of adamantium, and I need angelic and demonic armor. I assume since I got that upgraded item that there probably isn't something that would be revealed from like coming up here and talking to these people.
Thanks for saving me.
Well, you're starting to see that these people are placed in very specific spots as you save them. And by default they're standing alone, and eventually they're going to be standing in groups of people. I could probably take a side quest to consider going this way. But actually I may not be able to make it that way still. No, I can make it. So it makes me wonder though how far this really goes. We're very high up. Yeah, I don't know if this very high up area is really gonna lead to much. Or if all of a sudden we're gonna accidentally find ourselves on the path to another one of the 7 deadly sins. Like, I definitely hear noise. These are kind of tiny, small areas. That guy took 2 or 3 hits. Still. So that's hardly coming off as super strong. Just got yet another achievement. Yeah. Yeah, anytime one of these is around, it makes a little noise. And there's another one over there that I imagine I'm supposed to drop down to. Alright. Well, I guess what we're doing is looking around here to get some more currency, because we need to start buying as many of the 2,000 soul slivers of adamantium and demonic and angelic there you go.
Please, save me.
That's an odd voice there. Alright. Alright. that does seem like that's all that's here, though. Is that one lady. Barely made it there. And then we got the music playing again. Feels a little odd, certainly, that we just have that offshoot. And I can't even really fast travel back. Interesting how the game just totally paused there to load. I have an SSD, there's really not a good reason that that would have had a pause. Alright, well, that also tells me that that area is an area we never really have to visit again. There is similar areas down this way, and probably could jump over and check out that area on the side of that wall, and in a lot of ways that might just be more evidence that it might be nice to have a open world map at some point. But yeah, if we break this and we break this, we still don't have enough to do.
What would you ask? Take your time.
Enough. I need 24,000 stamp gems, basically. I need to buy all 6 of these angelic artifacts, all 6 of these demonic artifacts, silver of adamantium. Maybe I can find those throughout the games, but obviously, if I'm going to upgrade everything, you're going to have to buy those 6.
As you wish. Please take your time.
See. Back to the hangman's tree, so we know which way we're going, and we'll get back into the game and the main story of the game. We're going longer and longer, though. We didn't really get to use this weapon, which is fine. I'm sure we'll get to use it later. Alright, there we go. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and get me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good